In today's video, we're going to be comparing the DJI Mini 2, which is the drone I have, versus the DJI Mini 3 and the DJI Mini 3 Pro to actually see which beginner drone is worth buying in 2023. Should I upgrade from the DJI Mini 2 or is it perfectly fine for my needs in 2023? I don't actually use my drone that much, but if I do, it'll be for travel videos, travel photos, and also for wedding photography and also wedding videography as well. So do I need a better drone than the DJI Mini 2? Well, let's jump on the website to actually compare the specs of these three drones to see if it would be worth it or not. So as you can see straight away, the starting prices of these three drones is £419 for the DJI Mini 2, $519 for the DJI Mini 3, and $709 for the DJI Mini 3 Pro. So that's a big difference, jump up between the DJI Mini 3 and the Mini 3 Pro. So will it actually be worth it to upgrade to get them pro features or not? So as you can see, the number one reason why the DJI Mini drones are the best beginner drones and so popular is because the takeoff weight is under 249 grams. And basically what this means is you don't have to get a drone flyer ID, you don't have to get a drone license at all, and you can do, I'm pretty sure you can do commercial work with these drones without obviously having to buy a license. If you was to buy a drone that weighs more than 250 grams like the DJI Air 2S, then you will have to get a drone license to be able to do commercial work, which is obviously not what everyone wants to do when they first buy a drone, is have an extra cost on top of the actual drone itself. I've just passed my drone license exam, so the DJI Air 2S, or maybe the DJI Air 3, if that's going to be coming out anytime soon, hopefully, that actually might be a drone that I might actually be looking at if I was to upgrade from the Mini 2, because I can actually use it for commercial work. However, because probably the majority of people out there don't have a drone license, we're actually going to be taking a look at the DJI Mini series. And to be fair, I actually still might buy the Mini 3 Pro if I was to get a drone over the Air 2S, because I actually think the DJI Mini 3 Pro is a great drone and probably more than I'll ever need at this moment in time. We're not going to be going over all the dimensions and the speeds of this drone, because if you was going to get a super fast drone or wanted a really fast drone, you'd be better off buying an FPV drone. So we're going to mainly be looking at just the main photo and video specs. So as we come down to the first important spec, I would say, of these drones is the maximum flight time, because you're not going to want to buy a drone and you're going to be up in the air for like a really short amount of time. And it also actually depends on if you want to buy the Fly More kit or not, if you want more than one battery, or if you think you can just get away with one battery. So the DJI Mini 2 has a maximum flight time of 31 minutes. Now, if you never flew a drone before, and it's actually on the drone exam, that when it actually gets to about 20% of charge, that is when you should be returning to home, no matter really how far away you are, because it's the safest amount of charge to actually get you home. And if you actually don't start to come home at 20%, the more it actually decreases in percentage, the drone will actually force its way back to you. Like if you get on 15%, it will initiate like return to home. If you get on 10%, it will initiate it, and it will just keep on fighting with you until you actually return to home. So even though it says maximum flight time 31 minutes for the DJI Mini 2, I would say it's really about 20 minutes. But with the DJI Mini 3, it has been upgraded to 38 minutes, and you can actually get it upgraded to 51 minutes with the Intelligent Flight Battery Plus. Now, I think this is a completely sold separately battery, so it won't come with the Fly More kit or the actual drone itself. You do have to buy it separate, but if you do want to buy it, it comes with 51 minutes of actual complete full battery. With the Mini 3 Pro, it's actually got less battery time than the Mini 3, probably because of all the specs it actually has, and this is all depending on probably what mode you're shooting in. If you're shooting in 4K or 1080p, the battery life is actually going to vary on how long you actually get it. If you shoot in 4K, the battery life will probably last a lot less longer than if you was to shoot in 1080p. If you was actually shooting on a very cold day, then it'll actually make the battery life of your drone a lot worse. Yeah, there's a lot of different situations where these battery lives might not actually get you 34 minutes on the DJI Mini 3 Pro, for example. And then also 47 minutes with the battery Intelligent Flight Battery Plus. Really good battery life across all these drones. Even the Mini 2 has good battery life. You've got enough time to get up there and get your shot and come back down again. And if you get the Fly More kit, if you want to go back up again, you've got 2 more batteries to go up there and get your shot. So you've got probably an hour's worth or an hour and a half max flight time. Now, max flight distance, 16 kilometers, which is insane for a drone. 18 kilometers on the DJI Mini 3. However, you can actually go up to 25 kilometers with the Intelligent Flight Battery Plus, and it's the exact same for the DJI Mini 3 Pro. So 16 kilometers to compare that to 18mm because I'm not really going to go on the Flight Battery Plus because you do have to buy it separately. So an extra 2mm, I don't think that's a big enough deal to buy the Mini 3 over the Mini 2, for example. They're both ridiculously far, you can actually fly them. And now we're actually going to get down to the camera itself and actually the photography and videography features of this drone, or these drones I should say. So first, the image sensor. The Mini 3 and the Mini 3 Pro have an upgraded 1/1.3 inch CMOS sensor, and the DJI Mini 2 has a 1/2.3 inch CMOS sensor. So it is a bigger sensor than the DJI Mini 2, and if you don't know, bigger sensors basically mean better cameras, better image quality, because they're just the bigger sensors the better. That's why full frame cameras are a lot better in my opinion than APS-C cameras. And the actual lens on the drones itself all have a 24mm wide angle lens, so it's not ultra wide angle, but it's still wide enough to get a nice landscape shot. And the aperture on the DJI Mini 2 is f2.8, and the aperture on DJI Mini 3 and Mini 3 Pro is f1.7, so you can let a lot more light in than the DJI Mini 2, which means you don't have to bump your ISO up too much to actually be able to get less grainy and less noisy images and videos. Also, the ISO range is the same on the DJI Mini 2 and 3, but you can go up to 6400 on the photo and video on the Mini 3 Pro. Now, the still photography modes, as you can see, there are actually a lot of different modes you can actually get between these drones. So for a single shot, the Mini 2 and the Mini 3 can shoot 12 megapixels. However, on a single shot on the Mini 3 Pro, you can get up to 48 megapixels. Now, this isn't a 48 megapixel sensor. If you do 12 times 4, that's 48. So basically what that means is the sensor will take a 12 megapixel photo in the top left of the sensor, top right, bottom left, and bottom right to equal 48 megapixels. So it's not true 48 megapixels, but it will be a more detailed image, and it'll probably be a lot nicer as well to actually use that mode if you can, but obviously the file sizes will be a little bit more. And the Mini 3 can also shoot 48 megapixels, as it can say here, and it can also shoot HDR images, so single shot mode supports outputting HDR images, and also the same on the DJI Mini 3 Pro. All three drones can shoot JPEG and RAW, which is lovely to see for photography. And for the video resolution, this is where it gets a little bit different to see. Probably if you're mainly video, this is where you actually might want to invest in the better camera over the actual previous camera, like the DJI Mini 2, for example. So the Mini 2 can shoot 4K, 24, 25, and 30 FPS. It can shoot 2.7K at 24, 25, 30, 48, 50, and 60 FPS. And full HD at the exact same as the 2.7K. The Mini 3 can shoot the same 4K features, the same 2.7K videos, 60 frames per second, and the same 1080p. So it's got the exact same video features, apart from it can shoot HDR recording up to 24, 25, and 30 frames per second, outputting HDR images. However, this is where the DJI Mini 3 Pro really shows its worth and also price, because you can shoot 4K up to 25, 24, 30, 48, 50, and 60 FPS. So instead of at 2.7K 60, you can actually shoot 4K 60 on the Mini 3 Pro. And it's the exact same as the 2.7K and full HD. However, in 1080p, you can shoot super slow-mo at 120 frames per second, and the other two, Mini 2 and the DJI Mini 3, can't shoot 120 frames per second at all. So if you want super slow-mo, if you want 4K 60, then the DJI Mini 3 Pro might be the one for you. And actually getting over to the sensors as well, the DJI Mini 2 and the Mini 3 only have a downwards vision sensor, so it can only sense what's below it, because obviously it needs to land. So if you go forward straight into a wall like I did in the Northampton Cobblers Stadium, I went straight to the side, to be fair. At first, it actually recovered itself, and then I panicked and then flew straight into a bin. However, if I had front sensors like on the DJI Mini 3 Pro, it actually has forward and back sensors as well. So if I was using the DJI Mini 3 Pro at the Cobblers Stadium, when I went straight forward into the bin, hopefully, if these sensors are any good, it would have stopped and not crashed. So if you're worried and paranoid about crashing drones, then get the DJI Mini 3 Pro, because especially if you're spending all this money, at least £400 is a lot of money on a drone, and if you get it day one and you crash it straight away into a tree and lose it and break it, then you've got to either buy it again, or if you don't have the DJI Care refresh, or obviously send it away for it to get repaired. Video transmission, OmniSync 2.0, which is amazing. DJI O2, which looks like it's OmniSync 2.0, but I'm not sure. DJI O3, which I'm guessing is DJI OcuSync 3. Now we're going to be comparing prices, because again, even though the DJI Mini 3 Pro looks to be the actual drone to get, you actually might not want to get it, because if you actually add on all the accessories that you may want, it actually gets very, very expensive. So we're going to start off with the DJI Mini 2 first. And basically this is the one I got, and straight away I got the DJI Mini 2 Fly More combo, because again, it's got 31 minutes max flight time, takeoff 5-10 minutes, let's say 20 minutes flight time. If you actually just get the Mini 2 and get the one battery, every time you go out you can only use it for 20 minutes at a time, and especially when you're practicing, if you've never flew a drone before, 20 minutes isn't long enough at all. So I got the Fly More combo, and I'm so glad I got it, because you don't just get 2 extra batteries, but you also get, if I can find it, the battery charger as well. So all you have to do is plug in a USB-C port on the side of this, and it charges all 3 at once, instead of just charges one battery at a time through the actual drone. So I really do suggest you buy it. I know it's £130 more, but it's way worth it when you actually scroll down here and it doesn't actually say the price of one battery. So look, as you can see, the price of one DJI Mini 2 battery is £50. So if you actually do the maths, £100 for the 2 batteries, and it's actually, as you can see, £39 on Amazon for this charger. So you'll actually end up be paying, okay, £9 more than if you was going to get the Fly More combo. However, you do get extra propellers and everything like that with it, and I just think it's just more worth it just to get it all at once, because at the end of the day, you're saving money and you'll probably end up be buying it anyway. So I do think you should buy the Fly More combo with this drone. Let's say it's going to cost £550 for the DJI Mini 2. Now that's not a bad deal, to be fair. That's how much I paid, and I love my drone. I've shot real estate with it, I've shot wedding photography with it, I've obviously had a lot of fun travel videos with it. I don't use it loads, so you've got to remember, if you're going to buy a drone, you might not actually use it as much as you think you would. Only the times you probably need it. Depends on how much you travel as well, to be fair. Now moving over to the DJI Mini 3, it's starting already at £519. If you was going to get the Fly More combo, this bumps it up to £678. So it's like, if I can do the maths properly, £150 more. So it's £20 more than the DJI Mini 2 Fly More combo. With the DJI remote, it's coming in at £678, which is £120 more than the DJI Mini 2. Now, is the DJI Mini 3 worth £120 more than the DJI Mini 2? Personally, I'm not 100% sure, because they have the exact same video quality basically. It's only the 48 megapixels more, and to be fair, it has a little bit more battery life. And another thing that I didn't mention as well, I was just about to look, it has true vertical shooting. So the gimbal can actually move to shoot vertical video for TikTok, Instagram and YouTube Shorts. So if you're going to be producing content on, like short form content on them platforms, then maybe the DJI Mini 3 is worth it more than the DJI Mini 2. But to be fair, I actually wouldn't be looking at the £678 one if I was going to get the Mini 3, mainly because I would want the DJI RC remote controller. It's a remote controller with a 720p, I think it said, with the DJI Mini 3 screen. But that means it doesn't have to use your phone. So if your phone actually loses brightness when it's actually really sunny out, to actually either save battery and everything like that, but this will be a lot brighter screen. So if you are going to add the Fly More combo onto that, it then turns into £828, which is about £148 more than if you wasn't going to get the remote, £270-ish more than the Mini 2 if you was going to get the remote. Now, is the remote and the Mini 3 worth £270 more than the DJI Mini 2? Probably not. I would say the Mini 2 is probably the better choice, just because £200 is a lot more money, and it's not bad using your phone at all. I still use it now, and I'm not going to go out and pay £100 for that RC remote. I'll just get it if I do get another drone. So I actually think the DJI Mini 2 is probably a good choice, and probably the best choice for a lot of people out there, mainly because you can get the free batteries and you can get the charger as well with it. Plus you can get really good video still, 60 frames per second in 2.7K, and you can get 12 megapixel raw photos as well. I think this drone is a really good deal to actually buy in 2023 for beginners. If I was to upgrade from my Mini 2, I'd actually be looking now at the Mini 3 Pro. However, it does get a lot more expensive because, as you can see, DJI Mini 3 Pro with no RC is already more money than the DJI Mini 3 and Mini 2 with the Fly More combo. If you was going to get the Mini 3 Pro, I would get the Mini 3 Pro with the RC remote. However, we'll first go through the pricing without the RC remote. So if we're going to go for $709, again, even though it's got really good battery life, I would have to get the Fly More kit, which is an extra £159. Like I said, I didn't actually mention, you do get the bag as well with all of these. So it's a nice little carry bag. So again, it's actually a lot more worth it if you are going to get the Fly More kit, because you do get a nice travel bag if you don't already have a camera bag. So again, 2 batteries, extra propellers, a bag and a battery charger for £160. I'd just say get it because it's way more worth it. So that makes the price with the remote £868, which is £40 more than the DJI Mini 3 with the RC controller, and without the controller it's an extra £190 more than the DJI Mini 3 without the remote control screen. So again, an extra, like, let's say £190 for the Mini 3 Pro. However, this is where I actually think the DJI Mini 3 Pro is justified. It is, I'd say, a lot less beginner drone because of how good these specs are. 4K 60 video, forward, back and downward sensing, again still under 249 grams, 34-minute max flight time, true vertical shooting, 48 megapixel photos and 120 frames per second super slow-mo. This is where I would say you should spend your money, DJI Mini 3 Pro, if obviously you have the money to buy a drone, because the DJI Mini 3 Pro really does outshine the DJI Mini 3 and the DJI Mini 2. Obviously you're paying the premium price, which is actually like £300 more, £310 more than the DJI Mini 2, and that's without the DJI RC controller. However, it is worth £300 more because you're getting the specs, and obviously it's just a better drone overall than the Mini 2. If you want the best specs, get the Mini 3 Pro, and if you are going to get the Mini 3 Pro, again, I suggest you buy the RC controller, which is about £140. But again, even with the Mini 3 Pro, you get 1080p live feed transmission. Add the Mini 3 Pro Fly More kit, it does actually get up to £1,018, which again is a lot of money, and that's becoming out of the beginner territory. So if you're just a sole beginner, because I wouldn't say the Mini 3 Pro is a beginner drone at all, you're getting top of the quality features. You can shoot amazing, brilliant real estate photos, real estate videos, wedding photos, wedding videos. This can be the drone to actually earn you so much more money than you actually are already, because it has the specs, because it weighs under 249 grams as well. You don't have to get a drone license to actually use it. You can get the amazing screen, you can get the batteries, all for £1,000. I think that is really good price, but also it's very expensive as well. If you do have the money, I say just splash out and just get the RC remote, get the Fly More kit, because the Mini 3 Pro will last a long time. If you're also doing wedding photography, videography, anything like that, but you're also just making travel videos and content creation, having 4K 60 and 120 frames per second in 1080p is brilliant, especially for content creation, YouTube, Instagram Reels, TikToks, because it also has vertical shooting. So you can shoot really slow motion footage with vertical shooting with the Mini 3 Pro and get amazing TikToks and Instagram Reels with this drone. £1,000, £500, basically near enough double the price of the Mini 2. If you are a sole beginner though, I actually do think you should get the Mini 2. That's what I brought, and I've created amazing videos out of it. If the Mini 3 or the Mini 3 Pro had D-Log, which is log for video, then I would say definitely get them over the Mini 2. The fact that it doesn't have D-Log, I think the Mini 3 doesn't justify enough to actually have enough features for you to spend the extra money over the Mini 2, because I love the Mini 2 and it's great. However, for a beginner, I don't think you should be spending £1,000 on a drone. I think that's for the more intermediate and getting into the professional level, and you want to up your content creation, up your work by a lot. Then if you are a beginner, I'd say Mini 2. However, anything else, you've got to go for the Mini 3 Pro. Will I be upgrading from the Mini 2? If I had the budget, I'd 100% get the DJI Mini 3 Pro. or the DJI Air 2S. But to be fair, if I was going to upgrade, I wouldn't be buying any drone right now, because I reckon DJI will be releasing this year the DJI Air 3, which I think will be a very, very interesting drone. And I think the previous DJI Air 2S was an amazing drone. So I would actually be waiting for that and then comparing the Mini 3 Pro to that drone. But as for now, I won't be getting any drone, and to be fair, I probably won't be getting that drone either. I'll probably just stick with the Mini 2 until I just have enough budget to actually buy one, or if I really, really needed to get certain specs out of a drone, I would sell this and actually buy the Mini 3 Pro or the DJI Air 3 when it actually does come out. The Mini 3 Pro is actually not needed for anyone. You can get away from getting real estate videos, wedding photos, travel videos with the Mini 2. You can spend half the price of the Mini 3 Pro with the RC controller, or just £300 less, and you can still get amazing videos and photos out of the Mini 2. So if that answers your question, I actually will leave all of these drones links in the description below for you to go buy. And I do suggest you do buy one of them, because they are amazing if you are going to use it. Because honestly, the stuff you can get out of it, the quality, the footage you can get is absolutely amazing. So again, leave your comments down below if you have any of these drones, if you're actually looking to buy any of these drones, and what you actually think, and if this video was helpful. Leave your comments down below, and if it was helpful, why not hit that like button and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. Now, if you actually are interested in more DJI drone videos, and if you actually are going to end up buying a DJI Mini 2 if you're a beginner, you might actually like this video right here that I made quite a while ago now. There's actually 5 hidden features on the DJI Mini 2 that I actually had no idea about. So if you are interested in watching that video, make sure you click this here.